someone who will help us take on the hard issues our communities face, not just with slogans about law and order, but with real solutions to heal our divisions here in North Carolina and all across this country. Because at the end of the day, as I've said before, and I will say it again and again until Election Day, the presidency does not change who you are, it reveals who you are. And trust me, the same thing is true of a presidential campaign. U.S. presidential campaigns are very long, nearly 2 years or half of one entire presidential term, which gives voters a chance to get to know and observe a candidate's behavior over a meaningful period of time. So if a candidate traffics in prejudice, fear, and lies on the campaign trail, if a candidate mocks people with disabilities or people who are sick, if a candidate implies that our veterans who have served our country so bravely are somehow weak because they're dealing with the wounds of war, if a candidate regularly demeans and humiliates women, making insulting comments about our bodies, criticizing how we look and how we act, see, well, sadly, that's who that candidate really is. That's the kind of president they will be. So trust me, a candidate is not going to suddenly change once they're in office. See, just the opposite. Because the minute that individual takes that oath, they are under the hottest, harshest light there is. And there's nowhere to hide who they really are. See, but at that point, it's too late. They're the leader of the world's largest economy. They're commander-in-chief of the most powerful military force on earth. With every word they utter, they can start wars, crash markets, fundamentally change the course of our planet. So the question we all have to honestly ask ourselves is who in this election is truly ready for this job? I am obviously here because it is crystal clear to me that there's only one person in this race who we can trust with those responsibilities, only one person with the qualifications and temperament for this job, and that person is our friend Hillary Clinton. So here's why I believe that. And trust me, I don't campaign for just anybody. See, we know that Hillary's the right person because we've seen her character and commitment, not just during this campaign, but over the course of her entire life. We've seen her dedication to public service. How after law school, and a lot of students will understand this, she became an advocate for kids with disabilities. That's what she did with her law degree. She fought for children's health care as First Lady and for quality child care as a senator. And this is the thing about Hillary. When she didn't become president in 2008, she didn't throw in the towel. No, she once again answered the call to serve and earned sky-high approval ratings. Let me say that again. She earned sky-high approval ratings. She was fine then. She was competent then. We liked her then as she served as our outstanding Secretary of State. And for those who question Hillary Clinton's stamina to be president, Hillary's resilience is more than proven, as she discussed during the debate last week. She's the only candidate in this race who's traveled to 112 countries, who has negotiated a ceasefire, a peace agreement, a release of dissidents, who spent 11 hours testifying before a congressional committee. Hillary Clinton is tough. When she gets knocked down, she doesn't complain. She doesn't cry foul. Comes back stronger for the people who need her most. And let's not forget that Hillary is one of the few people on this entire planet, and clearly the only person in this race, who has any idea what this job actually entails. The staggering stakes, the brutal hours, the overwhelming stresses, and here's what I say about Hillary. She knows all that, and she's still willing to take this job on. Because here's what I want our young people to understand. Hillary represents everything we teach these kids. That you use your talents to help as many people as possible. That's why she's running. Now for me, that's dedication. That's what love of country actually looks like. So when I hear folks saying that they just don't feel inspired in this election, I have to disagree, because right now we have an opportunity to elect one of the most qualified people who has ever endeavored to become president. Hillary has been a lawyer, a law professor, First Lady of Arkansas, First Lady of the United States, a U.S. Senator, Secretary of State. And that's why I'm inspired by this. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'm inspired by her persistence. I am inspired by her consistency. How many times, young people and parents, told you persistence and consistency is the key to everything? I'm inspired by her heart and her guts. And I'm inspired by her lifelong record of public service. So, just understand this. No one in our lifetime has ever had as much experience and exposure to the presidency. Not Barack, not Bill, nobody. And yes, she happens to be a woman. Trust me, I've been there. I've seen this job. I've lived with this job. Experience matters. Don't be fooled. Preparation matters. Temperament matters. And Hillary Clinton has it all. She's the real deal. And I have come to know her very well over these years. And I know that she is more than ready, more than able to be an outstanding president for us all. So we cannot afford to squander this opportunity, particularly given the alternative. Because what we do know is that being president is nothing like reality TV. This is not an apprenticeship. It's about whether someone can handle the awesome responsibility, do you hear me, the awesome responsibility of leading this country. So as you all prepare to make this decision, and I hope that there are people here who are undecided, I urge you to ignore the chatter and the noise and ask yourselves which candidate really has the experience, the maturity, the temperament to handle this job. Which candidate's words and actions speak to the values we share, values like inclusion, opportunity, sacrifice for others. Because your answers to these questions on election office after Barack Obama. And I want to be clear, elections aren't just about who votes, but who doesn't vote.